you've been stuck in a loop of trying to get smooth sides on your cake and it feels like it's taking you hours, try these tips. Starting off with a buttercream that is super smooth will greatly reduce the amount of time it will take you to get smooth sides. Whip up the smoothest batch by whipping your slightly cold, room temperature butter for a good 10 minutes before adding the rest of your ingredients. Using heavy cream instead of milk creates a fluffier consistency, which is easy to spread and smooth out. Even certain powdered sugars can create a grainy buttercream, so stick to a brand that you know works well, like Domino. You can get rid of air bubbles by stirring with a wooden spoon or a rubber spatula until it's smooth enough. Tip number 2 is decorate on chilled, semi-frozen cake layers. Decorating on chilled cake layers like this makes a world of difference. It will keep your cake layers from becoming overly crummy, and the structure of the stacked layers holds strong so you're able to easily smooth out frosting. The third tip is use a cardboard cake round so you have a flat base for decorating. Especially when using a bench scraper, it's good to have a flat base to keep your scraper level. Tip number 4 is add a dollop of frosting to the cake board so that your cake sticks to it and doesn't move around. As you stack your cake, you won't have to worry about the cake sliding around on the board and helps you to focus on getting the smooth coat. Tip number 5 is the crumb coat. The crumb coat actually does more than just traps in excess crumbs. It also helps to create a clean canvas to finish off the decorating process. Use this part of the decorating process to fill in the gaps between the layers, and you can even use it to correct an uneven cake. Tip number 6, apply the final coat of frosting generously and as evenly as you can get it. Applying it using a piping bag is the easiest method to getting an even coat, and it saves a lot of time. Moving on to tip number 7 is fill in any gaps on the final coat with more frosting. This is part of the process that many find to be the most time consuming and where they end up getting caught in that loop. I suggest filling in areas that absolutely need more frosting. Repeat this process only as needed and try not to get caught up with making it all perfect. This one is my favorite tip, is using a hot metal scraper. Heat a metal scraper under hot water and then do another pass or two around the cake with this hot scraper, and it will melt the buttercream as you go around and smooth it out. It will instantly correct any air bubbles and most other imperfections in your cake. Tip number 9, never fuss again about getting sharp edges. This tip has completely transformed the way I make my cakes. If you're using American Buttercream, you can place your cake in the freezer for 15 minutes or so to allow the buttercream to harden. Then, using a hot knife or a tool, slice off the excess and create a super duper sharp edge. Tip number 10 is chill the cake right away once you've gotten your smooth sides. This will set the buttercream in place and your smooth sides are safe.